Yeah, I wasn't really expecting to film this today. I initially actually didn't want to, but then I was like, look, it's in. I might as well talk about it. I got mail. It's also the Friday that David Lynch passed away, so I'm not in the best headspace. So of course, I had to go to work today. That, it's my bonus day. It sucks. I had to wake up to the news and everything. Like, literally, it's the first thing I saw when I turned my phone on. It was just like, went on the Facebook, bam, stories, there it is. So, that's great. Hence the Twin Peaks shirt. Anyway, I'll try to be a bit, add some colour to my face, and let's see what I got. One of them isn't Vinegar Syndrome, so we're going to start with that, but the rest so far are. So, let's dive into it. The first one is Amazing Grace. This is the Aretha Franklin film. I wouldn't say biopic, it's like a film of a kind of church concert she did, yonkers ago. And yeah, I bought it recently because despite no special features whatsoever, the hour and a half 2019 Blu-ray release, I bought it mostly because when I went to Tassie, it was on the TV on the first night. So I caught snippets of it. I've seen most of it before, but never fully watched it. And it's just like, man, I gotta watch that film. And I was gonna get it from JB with another Blu-ray, which also, oh, actually over here. I also got Chicago. I completely forgot. This is the one that has the 7.1 track, all the special features. Apparently restored in Dolby Vision or something, despite it being a Blu-ray disc, which is interesting. So I got both of these. I was going to get them both from JB because it was like 2 for 15, 2 for 30, whatever. I actually ended up getting them one for like 10 and the other one for about 14, so I saved more money because I bought them both from eBay separately. So hooray! I got two musicals. I plan to watch both of these next month in February because I plan to do a binge of musicals. I was actually going to do a binge of David Lynch's stuff. I was literally going to watch Twin Peaks last night. I decided I'll watch Dolls instead. I'll watch the David Lynch stuff next month and watch it in order. I just watched Twin Peaks, the first episode again. Anyway, I'll conclude with the limited editions from Vinegar Syndrome, of course, but I'll start with the standard ones I got. These I ordered during the Black Friday sale. Obviously, they still had a bunch. Wow, despite cutting this open with my knife, it hasn't done anything. So, yeah, I ordered these back during the Black Friday sales. Most of them are still in their shrink wrap. But then, of course, they had the thing where you could add more to it, so I kind of added 2 more bundles worth. Either way, this was from the first one, The Tenant. Of course, the Keep, which you've probably seen in the thumbnail, is the one that I got. So that's the one I'll show at the end with the limited editions. But yeah, I want to get this one. They did still have the limited edition version of this available, the big, case that opened up like a doorway, but I'm like, I don't really think I need that, but I'm happy with this. 4K and Blu-ray is nice. Alternate artwork. Interesting. Obviously, if you're not a Polanski film fan in general, you probably wouldn't be interested in this, which is fair enough. Not the best person in the world. Unfortunately, a very talented filmmaker, and I've heard that this one is phenomenal, so I'm very interested in watching it. And I've just reversed the artwork, which is very nice. I kind of prefer that original artwork in a way. It's really funny because Polanski is the main character, which is very Shyamalan-esque, but yeah. This next one they actually announced, and they're actually sending a replacement disc because apparently the Dolby Vision encode doesn't work properly. At least it glitches at one particular point, so I can turn off my Dolby Vision and still watch it, but I'll probably wait for the replacement disc. Nevertheless, it's the standard version of Looking for Mr. Goodbar. Apparently this was one of Lee's favourite films, so he would have been over the moon that this got a 4K release. It does have a huge array, again, like every, Vinegar Syndrome, a large array of special features. The 4K disc, a Blu-ray disc, 136-minute feature-long presentation of the film. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not huge on the artwork because it's very, I don't know, it seems very on the nose. At the same time, what do we have for alternate artwork? Well, they do have the alternate artwork, which has, I think it's Diane Keaton. Yeah, so I'm gonna use that instead. But yeah, I think they're screening this at the Cinemaniacs this year. I think it was in the books to screen it. They've announced the screening for it, but I don't know if that's going ahead. There might have been complications and they're going to screen something else. But nevertheless, I had to double check with Phil because he told me what the slate was for the Cinemaniacs for 2025, and this was one of them. And then they announced the 4K, and I had to double check with him that it was actually this film that they were planning to screen. And despite him saying yes, I still bought the 4K. So if there is a problem with the screening, at least I have it on 4K. So that's good enough. It's also worth noting, because I forgot to mention at the start of the video, I am on the, I've mentioned it in 2 other videos already last year, I am on the Imprint Cast podcast. I was on the Best of 2024 episode, so that's out. Coincidentally, as of today, just of all the days for it to come out, but it was already programmed to come out today. So it's already out. Check it out. I've posted about it on my wall on YouTube. You can do that, or post links as well. So there's like 3 different links to Spotify and 2 other platforms. Same as my Instagram or Facebook. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't. It's almost 3 hours long, capping off what we thought were the best releases for 2024 for Imprint. So yeah. Anyway, on that note, because I imagine Philip might watch this video, I got this, Freeway. I know that he was a fan of the other one, the Polanski film. I'm pretty sure he was pretty hot and bothered for this film, if that's a good thing. Anyway, I've heard really good things about this as well. I've seen none of these films so far, so that's great. I like that the artwork, to a degree, is still the same artwork as the main artwork, so I can... Oh, great, I can give it its awful, like, fucking... late 90s look. Then again, it's not bad actually. It's just very, I don't know, it feels very Sugarland Express in a way. But like the bad covers for that movie, nevertheless, blue spine, sure, I'll take it. Reversible sleeve, very nice. So yeah, uncut feature presentation of the film in 2.0 stereo and a bunch of special features, obviously. So that's great. The artwork on the back does seem to spoil what happens to someone's character, so that's wonderful. Unless they want him to be pretty on this cover and ugly on a different one. I don't know, we'll see. Next up we have, which still has some plastic attached because these are great, love the plastic on these. Invisible Maniac. This was another one where I wanted to get, I was debating getting the limited edition. I think the limited edition started a while ago, but I was debating when it was available to get it. If you know what the limited edition of this looks like, you'll know why. Nevertheless, very B-movie, thriller, horror film with the classic. The plastic is still stuck between the discs. I think I can still show the inside artwork on the discs. Nevertheless, interesting artwork to say the least. I think this gives it the alternate artwork there, gives it more perspective as to kind of it's a bit goofier than I would say this new artwork kind of makes it seem. The new artwork makes it seem almost, I'd say sexual deviant in a serious way, but I feel like the film is much more comedic in tone and in just nature, because I got it again on the sale, and I had seen a trailer for it, and it definitely came off more as like kind of cheesy B movie, but pink spine, that's cool. It has the just uncut version, I guess, of the film. It doesn't actually stipulate. It just says contains the feature presentation of the film in HDR with newly restored from its original camera negative. So that's good, and it's all regions for the Blu-ray disc as well. So that's quite nice. 86 minutes, 1990, not 1989. Whoa. Well, this next one I won't be able to watch for another 11 months. It's Deadly Games, Dial Code Santa Claus. This one was one that I wanted to get, I wanted to be in for Christmas. We were talking at the Cinemaniacs last year about our favourite Christmas films, and Paul mentioned this one. He's basically like, oh, it's like a French version of... Yeah, I'm going to keep the original artwork because that's in, like, French. It says, Code per Noël, because, of course, Santa is Noel. To be fair, the artwork is actually on the Blu-ray disc, so that's cool, that works, that's fine. he said it was basically like Home Alone, but if it was violent, and it was Santa Claus invading. So yeah, apparently I had suggested it right that exact night. I suggested to one of my brother's friends, who proceeded to watch it and apparently cried because of the movie. I don't think he enjoyed it. Nevertheless, it obviously comes with a slew of special features there, so that's always good news. It has a weirdly different format, but it still says the same stuff in terms of a bunch of interviews. There's an 88-minute long interview of the director. That's like almost as long as the movie. And then an extensive stills gallery with commentary, which is 18 minutes long. There's a lot of stuff on here. Newly scanned and restored in 4K from its original 35mm camera negative. Good. Yay, can't wait to watch this for Christmas this year. Good God. Oh, now this one I was very excited for. I missed when they initially announced it, which was one that I had to add to my cart. Of course, it is Hundreds of Beavers. I didn't get the limited edition. I hate that I didn't get the limited edition, but it's also like, that's how it goes sometimes. And initially I wasn't even going to get this version, because I do have the previous Blu-ray. I have the European Blu-ray, but even the guys who made this film were like, this is like the best version to get. Obviously with the straight up fact that it still has the exact same artwork, which I love. The clear case is a nice touch. The artwork on the back is fun. It's kind of bizarre that it has a bunch of reviews on the back, which is like, does it need to have a bunch of reviews on the back? I don't think it does. I mean, like, where else are you going to... I guess you could probably still get this from standard retailers in America. You can't in Australia, so you'd have to import it, and that would mean you'd have to buy it. So, yeah, can't say I'm a huge fan of that to a degree, but at the same time, sure, I guess. But it does, of course, still come with 2 discs with 10 plus hours of bonus features: the visual effects breakdown, 3 audio commentaries, lyric video, deleted scenes, sound design breakdown, interviews, commercials and promos, BTS photos, Great Lakes Roadshow recap, and so much more. It is Region A, so I'm probably still going to keep my Region B version, which I think has some of the same special features, but not all. It has like some very minor special features. But it does come with a booklet. That's the first one that comes with a booklet. Different disc artwork, and the inside artwork is a map of the place, but just on a repeated cycle there, if it'll focus. Yeah, so definitely nothing to flip it around for. The bookwork, however, nice artwork. It's just an image from the movie. They've got the parody posters on the inside. I'm surprised they got the license to do this. I actually don't know if they were allowed to do this. It's posters. It's posters and posters and posters. It's just all parody posters. These are all available on Letterboxd. You can change to any of these posters on Letterboxd, which is if you are a patron like myself. That one for Showgirls is pretty funny. I don't know if I chose any of these in particular, but again, so goddamn many of them. It's really crazy how many that they actually have. That's the whole booklet. The whole booklet is just fake posters. That's hilarious. And then credits. Sure, I'll give it that. It gives you more artwork. Though very much so not intended. But no, that's good. That's 2 discs, a very hefty booklet. I think it's just because it's got a wider spread in the middle, which makes it a bit harder to plug back in. There we go. Very nice. The first of the limited editions is The Howling 2. Your Sister is a Werewolf. I do have the Arrow Video version of this film. I haven't seen the Blu-ray of that. Actually, me and my mate streamed it a couple years ago on, I think it was Stan at the time. We're doing a group watch, and I was the only one actually paying attention. I actually thought it was hilarious. I thought it was really enjoyable. But they all got distracted talking about something, and by the time they got back into focusing on the movie, the weird stuff was happening, and they're like, what the hell's happening? I'm like, oh, well, see, she's doing this, and he's doing that, and that's led to this. So I was describing the whole entire plot very, very quickly, because I'm still trying to watch this movie for the first time. And I still really enjoyed it. I like the first film as well. I'm yet to watch the third film, though I have had the Blu-ray, the marsupials, for a long time now. I think that was the first Howling film I had. I think I got that before I got the original film, which is also funny because I remember my mates had bought me the first film on Blu-ray for my birthday one year, and I had the 4K at home. I just hadn't watched it yet. That taught us all the good lesson in let's ask what we have before we start buying each other stuff. Now, of course, it has the same artwork as the slip does. There's no real reason for me to have gotten the limited edition version. It is just a slip cover in the end, but of course the still special features, the Region A. It's an immediate upgrade over the Arrow Video version because it comes with the 4K UHD in contrast to the standard, I think it was a 2K master. I'm not a big fan of the title of the movie, Your Sister is a Werewolf, because I prefer, I think it's called like Sheba Werebitch or something. There are like 3 or 4 different names for this movie, which is great. I love how it has the different artwork on the discs, which is cool. And of course, the better artwork, Howling 2. Still, Your Sister is a Werewolf. It's never She-Bitch. I'm pretty sure it's just called like Howling 2 She-Bitch. One of them has Sheba, which I think is the name of the villain. So, yay. Very goofy, very strange, very horny movie, but at the same time, I mean, the first one is kind of as well, isn't it? So, yeah. The Hammer movie they never made. That's a nice image. Yeah, it's a movie. It's a very strange movie. It's very 80s. Yeah, there's still images in it, so I'm trying to make sure that none of these have, like, graphic nudity or anything. No, not yet. Good behind-the-scenes Polaroids whilst an essay is talking the whole time, which is good. Yeah, some behind-the-scenes images and stuff. Nothing too crazy or spoilery. I mean, there's nothing really to spoil. It's a werewolf film. But, yeah. Nice. Very nice. I think the limited edition came with the booklet, whereas the standard one didn't, so I think that's kind of what teed me over. And it was only like $5 extra because I had points by that stage. I don't think I'd bought this in my initial order because I'm pretty sure I put in 3 different orders, because one for Hundreds of Beavers and then one for 2 other films. Hundreds of Beavers was the last one I bought, but I had enough points from buying other stuff that it gave me, like, made stuff like $10 to $15 cheaper, so that was nice. And you added it to the cart, to your previous order because they hadn't shipped it yet, so it gave you like free shipping on those ones because it was just combining the shipping, which was good. Now, aside from their Texas Chainsaw business card, with their QR code and whatever, and their sticker, which is always good to have a sticker, we do have 2 more limited editions, big boys. Of course, we have Phase 4. This one I've been wanting to watch for several years now. I mean, mostly for the fact that I've seen this artwork before, and I'm like, that looks great. And this is the big, chunky hard case. I do like Vinegar Syndrome's hard cases. Now, of course, you've got your book, same artwork as the hard case, and of course, images, and an essay, and images. I'm not trying to spoil anything for myself or whatever, so, vast array of stuff, which is always good. Compelling read, I guess. And the sleeve, actually. This is the sleeve. So it's got artwork on one side, that's like the main artwork that I've seen with like the bug coming out of the guy's hand. And then you get that where it's like men have to evolve into a bug. Love it. That's really nice. After Phase 4, man will be no more. Wow, a genius, came up with that tagline. But the fact that this was still available, in contrast to a bunch of other limited editions which had sold out, I was like, that's crazy that this is still available. But I was happy to get it. I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? It's a nice looking limited edition. It's got some good extra bonus stuff. So you get your 4K case, get your array of special features and all that stuff, which is all good. Again, Region A for the Blu-ray discs. These are all Region A Blu-ray discs outside of like 1 or 2 that I mentioned along the way. The artwork is popping out of the case. Always good stuff. It's got another booklet. That is crazy. Actually, what is the alternate? There's 3 discs. So I'm trying to not lose this. What's the alternate artwork? Please give me something that's different. Yes, we get that one. I like that one. Again, it's still on the slipcover, but it's nice to have it as an alternative, given that, again, the main slipcover, the big hard case, is the same artwork as the main artwork for this set. So I wanted to have something different always around. Always good. Anyway, because it's all the same on the discs. 2 discs. Interesting. Oh, it's storyboards. Okay, so it's a booklet of storyboards, which is quite nice. Do I want to... Yeah, it's just storyboards. Cool. I'm not going to spoil it for myself just in case there's anything that it shows from the movie, which it is because it's storyboards. But yeah, disc 1 is everything that's on the 4K disc, which is the 84-minute long theatrical cut presented in HDR with newly restored from its original 35mm stuff and whatever. The second disc is the 89-minute long preview version with mono and a English mono track, so 2 different English mono tracks, and then a bunch of special features. So that's cool. Very nice. And last but not least, for at least this part of the video, we have The Keep. Now this one, yeah, I had made a video, 2 actually. I made a video earlier last year saying how they would never make a 4K or Blu-ray of this film. I was told by credible sources that that would never happen, and I still already had the DVD by that stage, so I was at least happy to have a physical copy. And then, of course, there was artwork leak for this release, and I was like, that can't be right, there's not going to be a 4K. And then Vinegar Syndrome were like, hey, we're going to do a 4K. So now I've got the uber rare, hard case, limited edition that everyone went crazy for. It's actually really funny because I bought 2 copies of this film. I didn't buy 2 limited editions, I just bought a standard one and a limited edition. The standard one is actually for my mate, he wanted it, and so I bought it for him as a birthday gift, because of course his birthday is the start of December, and that's when this came out. Of course this is a month, almost 2 months late, so that's wonderful. But yeah, so you got a booklet talking about stuff, showing images of the film, which is great, some Q&A and whatever, packaging design, credits and all that stuff. I know that Imprint has maybe it's just Vivision. Either way, they're going to be doing a 4K as well for Australia, which is great with the original artwork, which is wonderful. Obviously, it just comes down to do they have anything different? That's my question. Which, of course, is something that they have not announced yet, so, like, an actual what it comes with. So, I guess we'll see. I kind of wish I'd found that out before I bought this version. Not because I wouldn't have bought this version, but because I would have not bought the one for my mate, even though he wanted it. So it's like, I mean, maybe we would have both decided, hey, maybe we'll just wait for the Australian version to come out. But then, I think it was cheaper for... well, look, this is a birthday gift anyway, so obviously this becomes cheaper for him, so he doesn't have to pay the $30 to $50 to buy the standard version, whereas I pay the $70 for the limited edition. So I think in reality I'm not paying as much more for this than what eventually will show up being the, Australian version, because the Australian version will also be pretty pricey. Alright, look at that. I'm just on camera removing all of the resale value, even though we all know it's the hard case and the booklet that people want. Because this is still available. Or at least it was. I think it might have sold out. But anyway, so you get that new artwork. You do get the slew of special features and stuff. So that's also great because there was nothing on the Vivision version outside of a trailer. So yeah, Region A disc, but it is the 96-minute long version of the film, which is the only version. But it comes with a slew of special features, including a whole interview talking about what wasn't made. The artwork is the same on the discs. I mean, there's at least this, which is the original artwork, and I know my mate Guy will definitely swap it to the original artwork. That's what he'll do. So yeah, and I definitely have a minor damage, I guess, to the back of the case, just in terms of the plastic, but of course, love that. So I could just give this to my mate and take the other one, but I'm not going to do that. I like that. This nice poster. Cool, easy, good title. Love it. Alright. Well, that was a lot, wasn't it? Yeah, the whole Vinegar Syndrome haul. I wasn't expecting the 2 eBay things, so yeah, it's a nice plus. Anyway, despite it not being the best day of the year I've had, arguably the worst, it's nice to have all the physical media come in, it means that I need to reorganize the shelf yet again, and I've still got a couple more things coming in, but not very much. Only like four more things, 3 Blu-rays and a DVD. So yeah, it'll be interesting when that comes in. Nevertheless, thanks for watching. See you guys next time, and yeah, I hope y'all are coping well with the loss of David Lynch. Now I'm gonna go watch some more David Lynch stuff. So I'll see you next time. Bye.